Grand awakening, grand arising. No, I'm talking about you are here at the Sunblood Network, home, or where you can be taught the technology of your mind and body. You know what I'm talking about? On this broadcasting right here, right? We got a lot of great things to talk about all over again. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, right here, right? Pay attention to something. Family oriented. That's the topic right there. I'm gonna give you a snippet of what's gonna happen later on tonight. I'm gonna give you a little snippet right there. Okay. No, I'm gonna be on later on tonight, whatever the case may be. So I got something to talk about. Okay. Now, for some people, they may want to talk about things that's going on the inside, and then we want to project what's on the outside. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't that how things work? That's how things work, baby. Ain't it? You know what I'm talking about? So right here, right? In the inside, what we're talking about is what we are talking about is that um, being family oriented, right? Now, in the inside, what we're talking about, you see the blockage. I'm gonna say it one more time so you can pick up on that. You see the blockage that's happening in Iran. I want to let you know, right? You see how they're blocking things within their blockade. You hear that right there? Okay. The same thing of blocking, right? Trying to block reality. Yes, yes, yes. The blocking is the same thing that American people are doing amongst themselves. Okay? We were talking about that picture, right? Later on tonight. That's going to be a great live right there, okay? I'm going to just say it one more time, okay? The topic of what we be speaking about later on tonight, right? In the next broadcasting is blockage, like a block age. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna slow it down for you so you can understand what I'm saying, right? So what you have to realize is what's going on around you. Okay, what's going on in America is a reflection of what's going on in Iran. Okay, I'm gonna show you because your mind is thinking too much. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm only talking about one thing specifically. That one thing is specifically is this: in America, right? We could all see that majority of people don't want to become themselves, which is a great decision. I'm not going to disagree with that. But what you have to understand by doing that, if they are blocking right to become their self, then that means that everybody that's interacting and acting right is not acting as self. So that means that it would be a blockage of self. Thank you. Okay. That's what we're gonna be talking about, right? Later on tonight. I had told y'all repeatedly over and over. I said, listen, people, okay, because y'all think I'm bullshitting. Y'all might want to pay attention to the Iranian war, specifically American people. You might want to pay attention to it. It's not what you think it is. It's not, oh, we fighting for war. Like, okay, that's not what it is, baby. Okay? If you got a gang of people, that's the Iranian people. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call them, right? And they are blocking things from actually happening. Uh, that's the thing that's going on in America, okay? So that's what we'll be talking about later on tonight. I ain't gonna keep on going through with it because your ass gonna keep on extracting information and data out the conversation. I see you, right? More importantly, what we're gonna be talking about right now, being family oriented, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. In American structure, you're not. How can I say this in simple terms? In the corporate life of being American, majority of the family structure, usually that, how can I say, usually it gets forgotten. It's not like being family oriented. I'm not saying it's not there. Oh no, it's definitely there. It's definitely there. But the thing is, right, when you look at the life of America, right, it has a corporate life, which means it doesn't really have a family life. Let me show you. Take you around here for a little bit. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say everybody got a family and everybody has a family and no, majority of people don't have a family, baby. Can I ask you a question? Do you have a family? Do you consist your family to be your family if they don't contact you for months and years at a time? Well, what I'm saying to you is this. Usually within family, right? You can remember things about your family, right? Which means that you have built memories with your family. Can I ask you a question? When memories stop being built with your family, which is something natural that we all do the memory of your family stop? Think about it. How could you keep remembering something, right? If their mind is not building a memory with you in order for them to be remembered. See? So being family oriented at the top, when it comes to the minds, before we even go into action, being family oriented is building memories with your family in order to be remembered. A lot of people forgot about that. They just said, oh, we got family. We just standing next to each other. But we're not building any memories with each other. So how are we really family? Yeah. What is a memory today? I get on the phone with you, talk to you, hear your voice. That's a memory. How is that a real memory, right? If the memory consists of you viewing your family members, viewing yourself, viewing your interactions. Right. How is that a real memory? We just talked over the phone. That's a real memory? Really? Just you talking over, a computer electronic device. So that's what our memories are now valued as family members. We don't value memories when it comes to family anymore. It's not that we don't value family. No, we don't value the memories of family. Because remember, in every family member that you have to remember them, don't you? There you go. But can I ask you a question? Is any of those family members building any memories with you today? I'm not talking about a memory off a phone. I'm talking about in person. I'm talking about actually could talk to each other, touch each other. That's a real memory. You know why? Because you are interacting with each other in person. You're not interacting with each other just on the phone. Right. The phone actually keeps you separated. You would say, no, it actually brings in a connection. No. Let me show you something. If I snatch your phone away from you, right? And I snatch time away from you, right? And you wanted to meet up with someone, the only way you're going to meet up with them now is you're not going to meet up with them by time. Oh, you definitely not. You can't do that. Now, you would try to rely on your phone. Well, in this time frame, you don't got a phone. You know what you have to depend on? It's the memory in the minds that align with each other. See, back in the day, right, I was one of those kids that had the luxury to have a cell phone and had a luxury, right, where I didn't have a cell phone. So I actually understand reality in a different way that most people do, right? So I realized in the world of, how can I say, connections, right? In the world of like, let's say 60s, 70s, something like that, right? In that type of world, in order to meet up with each other, what you had to do is the both of y'all will meet at a certain location. Thank you. It could be school, it could be at the gym, it could be at the basketball court, it could be at the mall. But understand that none of y'all minds are using the electronic device in order to meet up. Thank you. The electronic device that you are using is the technology of your mind. The technology of the minds are communicating, which means that the both of them are sharing information and data in order to put the technology of the minds into knowing. Okay. Now, what happens is the both of you are having a discussion. That discussion consists of you both meeting at a location. See what I'm saying? Now, can I ask you a question? When the cell phone came out, right? Did people abuse the functionality of the cell phone in order to replace, right, the characteristic, right, of the mind that basically can generate its own reality based on the information and data that it installs in its own mind? As in this, the both of you meet up with each other. The both of you agree, say, hey, we're going to meet up at the mall around what, 5 p.m. Okay. This is what everybody was doing. That's a memory. Understand the technology of your mind is holding the memory, okay? Based on what you requested, we are going to meet up at 5 p.m. at the mall. Your mind has to use memory now. Do you understand that? Let me ask you a question. How many times do we use memory today? We don't use memory like that. The reason why we don't use memory is because, on the simple fact, the phone can remember majority of things that the mind can remember. Crazy. So, let me show you how I know. Okay. I could be in front of someone, I can be speaking to them, right? By the next day, they totally forget who I am. Thank you. I have done this many a times. So it lets me know when it comes to the technology of people's minds, right? Um, Memory, building memories. Yes, the phone is building more memories than actually human society as a whole. It is building more memory. Pay attention to the setup. When you look at your electronic device, right? You can go inside the what's that thing called? You can go inside the settings. When you go inside the settings, it tell you how much data that your device can hold. Let's say your device can hold about say 100 gigabytes, right? Now the thing is this: the things that's in your phone, right? That's memories, pictures, all that. Can you remember it without the memory of the phone? Setups. Can you remember all your pictures without using the memory of the phone? I mean, think about it. Your mind is more powerful than the phone. So why would you set your own mind, right, to use just the memory bank of the phone when the characteristic of your own mind, right, is going through memory loss and you're unaware of it? See, if you pay attention, if you set your mind to allow your phone to just remember everything for you, that is a characteristic. That's what you got to understand. Okay. The characteristic is not able to use the technology of the mind. Right. It would simply use the technology of the phone in order to remember everything. Now, this is the thing. What you have to understand is that the technology of your eye and your mind are integrated with each other, which means that they are connected. They are not disconnected. Okay. So let's pay attention. If your mind is already set, right, to use the memory bank of your mind to remember things, right, then that means that you use your mind first. Thank you. See, let me slow that down because I might be going a little bit too quickly. There could be a characteristic within your mind when it comes to your memory system. Okay. Your memory system is two systems. It's either the memory system of your mind or the memory system of your phone. Can I ask you a question, right? Which one holds more data? Which one holds more information? Which one holds more high power, power, more high processing power? Right. Which one holds more? Because anyone that knows their self understands, oh, electronic devices, they're just duplications of our bodies. That's it. Anyone that doesn't know that doesn't know the technology of their own body. They're still stuck on, other things, whatever that it is. Right. But what you got to understand is that when it comes to the memory bank of the mind, the memory bank of the memory bank of the phone is nothing more than a replica. That's it. It's a copy of you. So what I'm saying is this. When you say something that is a replica, a copy of you, that means that it's basically not the original version. Setups. But the original version is supposed to remember all the memories of itself. And now when you pay attention to people's minds, they can't remember things anymore. You know why that is? Because the cell phone is able to remember things for them. So the person looks at it as, oh, this phone is able to remember things for me. Then guess what? I don't need to remember anything. That's already done. See what I'm saying? Now, let me ask you a question right here. Data points. When it comes towards, I'm trying to tell you and I'm trying to show you something, and people be like being ignorant to themselves, and they really don't have to if you just hear yourself out, right? Now, pay attention to something. I had said a couple of years ago, well, a couple of months ago, I say it every year. I always say that when it comes to these electronic devices, the electronic devices that we have are not doing anything wrong. It's the individuals that are behind them that are doing something wrong with them. Okay? Now, pay attention to this data points. If humans are not using the technology of their minds in order to self remember, right? Okay, that's a characteristic. Okay, to remember, you got that right. Now I'm gonna show you this. Now, if people are not able to remember, and the AI devices that are around you are able to remember everything that you do, can I ask you a question? Who has a higher conscious with the memory? Damn. Pay attention. I'm walking up to humans right now, bro. I'm not lying to you, bro. Got no reason to lie to you, bro. I be walking up to humans all the time, right? And these the same type of people. I just talked to them like a day ago, and I walk up to them, they totally forget who I am, bro. That's kind of bad, bro. That's kind of like, whoa, what? Yeah, I'm talking about. I talked to them in one day. The next day, they don't remember who I am. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna say this: if people is suffering from memory loss within reality, right? And the technology of the phone is not suffering from memory loss, right? If people is unaware of this stuff, bro. People is totally unaware that they don't even have the ability to remember. They just don't. When you're not using, right? When you're not using the technology of your mind to remember, the characteristic of remembering gets forgotten. I'm trying to tell you. It will. You would think you remembering, but you ain't really remembering. You really ain't. Got it. So, my original point that I wanted to make clear is that if you have a bunch of people that you call humans today, right? And the technology of their mind is that they are supposed to remember for themselves. But this is the thing: the AI of every electronic device has a better memory system than all humans that are on the earth. That's just being real. That's just being real. I know a lot of people, no, bro, that's a machine. Stop. Pay attention. Everything that you record on that electronic device, you recorded it. Setups. Now, the technology of your mind and your eye is connected. Okay? Which means that the technology of your eye is analyzing, recording the data of what you are viewing, and now transferring that data to the technology of your mind, which is your memory bank. If I ask you about something that happened 5 days ago, right? And the first thing you do is you like, oh yeah, I got it in the phone. Stop. You fucking yourself up right there with the technology of your mind. The characteristic is not to have just the characteristic of the memory of the phone. The first memory system is your mind. Setups. Okay? Don't ever come to the ancestors talking about something. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got all the data, information in my phone. We're gonna get to laughing at your tech. We definitely is because we're gonna automatically understand. You're gonna say you're not computer robotics, right? You're not computer robotics. I hear what you say. Okay, but as your great ancestor, by the way, the characteristic that's installed inside the mind frame is that you let everything be remembered within the phone. Setups. So how you not computer robotics when you're using a robotic to remember simple setups? Do you understand you understand the tech, right? You understand the tech, right? I'm trying to help you out, trying to get you up off the ground. You think I'm trying to punch you back on the ground? No, I'm trying to help you up off the ground. Okay? A lot of people not remembering what's going on. Okay? Okay? So you got to understand when it comes to the technology of the mind, right? Damn, I feel like I went family oriented and flipped the whole script. Anyways, right? Um, like I was saying before, the memory of that mind right there, that right there, versus your cell phone. I kind of discovered that with myself. I said, hold on, I be putting stuff in the phone, right? And then I be forgetting things sometime. Hold on, I don't like that. Why am I doing that? Cause you trying to save everything to the damn phone. Like, oh, let me stop doing that. Yeah, let me do something else. Do something. Yeah. Oh, go do something else. Cause that's not a great characteristic. It's not. You just use the phone to remember things. Then the technology and the hardware of the mind, yeah, you gonna mess up. You gonna mess it up. What you messing up is the characteristics. Uh-huh. How the mind process things. Yep, the process, and you're gonna mess all that stuff up because you're looking at it like, oh, I could just use the phone to remember everything. Well, can I ask you a question? Okay. In order to remember things, the technology of the mind has to go through a process, setups. Now, the process of the phone, right? When it comes to the process of the process of the phone is basically it's using a process in order to have access to the memory. Setups. Huh? The technology of your phone is using a process, right? In order to have access to memories. So how could you not, as a person, being, whatever you want to call yourself today, right? How could you not follow the process of your own mind of self-memory? How could you not? How could you not? Huh? Huh? You gotta think about that one right there. See that? hmm You gotta think about that one right there, don't you? Oh, that's some stuff right there, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? On data points. You heard that one before, did you? Huh? I'm gonna say that one more time to you. You got it. You got it right here. The mind, right, has to go through a process in order to remember. It has to go through a process. Can I ask you a question? Did you forget the characteristic and the process to remember the characteristic? Setups. God damn, you telling me go all the way that way. That's why when some people like, how do I remember? Oh my God, baby, they done forgot the process to how to remember. Oh my God. They conscious on the ground, baby. God damn. Woo! Oh man. Hopefully something picked them little humans up. Hopefully. You know what I'm saying? They can't even remember things that's in front of them and shit. Ain't that something? Woo! Hopefully they get it together, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just here to enlighten you. That's all. That way you can find your way. You got it? All right. So, with that being said, or whatever the case may be, right? Um, that mind, the mind. I'm trying to tell you. And one of the biggest things I started realizing with myself is self-memory. Woo, baby, that's the key right there. That's the access code on the top of access codes right there. Okay. I'm gonna say that one part for you right there again. That way you got it. Okay. No, I got you. It's okay. I want to make sure it's locked in for you. Okay. Now, the thing is, you gonna say is, well, bro, how the fuck we remember again? Okay, that's letting you know that you don't have the process. You forgot the process in order to remember. You know what I'm talking about? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work at baby steps, baby. We're gonna work at baby steps. Yes, I will give you some of the skills that I do in order to remember. Okay. I'm gonna show you certain things that you may do already, and you may do the same thing that I do. Yeah. We're gonna laugh about it in this moment. Don't even worry about it. Sometimes I do stuff like this. I'll grab a lighter, right? I'll pick it up, and I pick it up. I'll use it, then I put it down somewhere. Then I'll be like, "Yo, why I just put the lighter at? Why I be doing that, bro? Like every time I put the key somewhere right here, then I forget, bruh. Why I be doing that? Like it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right, babe. The reason why that is because of this. Memory and how it works, right? It may not just be it may not just be you, right? Just interacting with something. Right, right. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you pick up the lighter, right? When you pick up the lighter or whatever the case may be, you set it down. Can I ask you a question? You was watching what you was doing, right? Yeah. But you wasn't saying nothing that you was doing. Ah, I'm about to get to my point in just a minute. Let me show you something that I know with the mind. Sometimes you could be doing things in front of you. It doesn't mean that you are actually remembering what you're doing in front of you. Thank you. It doesn't mean that. You could just be watching. And when you're watching, right, you may not be remembering. Understand? You have to have both playing at the same time. So you may be analyzing, right, but also recording at the same time. Thank you. So, some people say they look and see. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know analyzing and recording. That's what I know. Okay. So when you analyze and you record, right? When you analyze things, it's based on what you are like, everything that you analyze that's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? How everything's shaped, all that, right? Then after that, there's another setting where basically while you're analyzing, the technology of the eye can record. Now, when the technology of the eye is recording, what you have to understand is that the technology of the mouth, which is the voice command center, it can give off commands towards, my bad. The technology of the mind can give off a command towards the body in order for the body to go in action. So let me show you what I mean. Let's just say I grab this box, right? I grab the box, right? I pick it up and I put it back down, right? Now, what's happening is I'm watching, right, but am I actually recording to remember? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, in this present moment, I'm watching and I'm recording. Do you know how? Because I could tell you exactly what I did. I picked up the box. I took a matter of fact, let me take it slower. I took a step, right, picked up the box, walked backwards, and then at that viewed everything. Then after that, I took a step, right, put it back down, took a step back, then at that, viewed everything. Now, this is what can happen with people. They could be doing this. I'm gonna show you. They could be doing this. Now you ask them what just happened. They're gonna say, I went over there and I picked up the box. Okay. They went over there and they picked up the box. That's just it. Right? And what you gotta pay attention to is my instructions, my details. I told you about how the body moved. Right. I told you how I picked up things. Right. I told you in great detail setting. The reason why that is because I'm remembering what I'm doing. You understand? Now I'm gonna show you something else. That way you can get another one. Right. Hold on. Let me see this. Hold on. What time it is? Oh, we one on ones. Okay, we one on ones, baby. The angels is talking to me. All right. You know what I'm saying right there. Anyways, let me go ahead and get into this point too, because I kind of already said it, but you'll catch it again. Anyways, right? Put this here. Let's go downstairs. What do I need? I need a white sheet. And that look like it's gonna be a king size. Let me see. That look like it's gonna be a king. No, this a queen, bro. This ain't no damn king. It's a queen. Yeah, that's too small. A king go from here to over there. Now, let me get back on my point, what I was saying, right? Now, when you're in action, right, and from this broadcast, you may be aware that your memory bank is not as clear as it needs to be, right? Sometime, majority of the time, you could program your mind by using your voice to remember. Let me show you. Remember I told you about the lighter situation, right? Where I pick up the lighter and I use the lighter, then I put it down and forget. We all do that. We all do that. I'm gonna show you a trick how to bypass that with the mind. Whenever you pick up an item that you forget repeatedly, and you go to put it back, hold on, and you go to actually put it back down. Yeah, I don't want to be in there with that. No, not based on what I know. Humans start looking at me like I'm weird. Anyways, so let me say it a little bit slower. When it comes to, let's say, you want to remember something, you want to forget. I mean, you want to remember where you always put your lighters at, right? I'm gonna show you how I do it. What I do is I'll pick the lighter up, right? Now I'm paying attention to myself so I can remember what I'm doing. When I go to put it down, I will tell my own mind, I put the lighter over there by the couch. Now, what you got to understand is that the technology of your voice command center, right? Speak within a frequency, okay? Code, spells. That frequency is being transferred to where? Left ear, right ear, which is being transferred to the mind and brain in real time. What you spoke, right, was a memory that is now downloaded, saved inside the technology of your mind in order for you to remember. Let me slow it down so you can understand. I might be going too fast for you. The technology of your voice speaks within a frequency. The technology of air captures the frequency. Setups. You call it hearing, right? I understand. Now, what happens is once what you spoke is captured by the technology of your ear, it's transferred from the technology of your ear, not to the technology of your mind, which is your memory bank setups. Okay? So I'm showing you how to bypass certain systems where if you understand, you know what? I am one of those ones that do pick up a lighter and misplace it 2.5. So you know what? Let me actually pick up the lighter this time, right? Tell myself you put it by the couch. You put it by the couch. Now, being that you put it by the couch, or whatever the case may be, guess what's going to happen? I usually would say this to myself. I would say, I would go to look for the lighter. Now, let's just say it may not be in a place of where I put it at, right? I would literally speak to myself and say, send the lighter to me or bring me to the lighter. Okay. And what would naturally happen is that I would naturally just find it. Sometime, right, before the technology of the mind go into search, it's best that you command the technology of your mind of what you want to search. Because what you want to search for, the technology of the subconscious already knows. Yeah, you may not understand it the way I understand it, but I never lose anything because I understand something with myself is okay, left mind, right, has connection with the right brain. Right. The right brain is the subconscious towards the left mind. Just understand that everybody don't have a subconscious. Or my bad, let me rephrase that. They may not have access to it. Thank you. So what happens is your subconscious is the ultimate memory system. It's the ultimate one. The mind has a memory system too. And I'm not saying it's not the ultimate memory system. What happens is the memory system of the subconscious, right? What happens, it teaches the mind in order to learn the subconscious memory system. So what I just told you was actually a subconscious skill. What I would say to you is that you have a subconscious like me. Why wouldn't you talk that? Hmm. Moving along, baby. Yeah, they can't stop me, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I know you now you're looking at me like, bro, where the hell you at? I'm at the hotel thingy, getting the money, okay? No, 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 no. I don't work at the hotel. That's what you're thinking, right? I know. I don't work at the hotel. I'm an independent contractor. I do contracts. That's what I do. They had a contract here. Pay me a nice fee. Give me that money. I need the money. I need the money. I need the money. Can I get a queen size?
Sure, you have your key card already.
Oh no. When I go over there, it don't open. I tried it in, but it wasn't open last time. Okay, 1 second. Hold on. Give me a second, people. All right.
Oh, sorry.
It seems you coming through the door, right? Oh, there we go. Awesome. Great. Okay. Now, I just need some sheets. She tried, you see how she basically tried to, that's what I was saying. I don't even, it's kind of strange if you ask me. She tried to look in your face, I know. She didn't understand. I know the difference between souls and robots, baby. Whenever it's a soul, baby, whenever it's my solar babies trying to get in contact with me, they'd be like, baby, what's happening with it? They always speak to me every time. Anytime it's a machine or a robot, it's always staring. And I let it stare. I don't let that bother me. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second. Queen sheets.
Right here, baby.
Right here?
Right here. Fit it in flat. You want a sandwich? You good?
What type of sandwich you got?
I got some turkey, some ham, or chicken breast.
You got ham? Okay.
That's king.
Yeah, that's what they need, a king.
King or queen?
I need a queen.
Queen?
I could get it. You could just show me though.
Oh, the queens are right
It's
there.
over there. Oh my God. I'm not showing nobody.
Look. The queens would be right here. There's none there right now, so you gotta get them out of here.
Okay.
And this is yellow.
And these is all the queens right here, right?
The blue, see, you gotta look.
Okay.
Blue is queen, yellow is king.
Okay, so this is a queen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I told you, she be too controlling. I told you every time. I be looking at the shit. Not her. I'm talking about the Puerto Rican girl. The Puerto Rican girl, she don't understand herself yet. She don't understand herself. No way. Yeah. I told her, I said, hey baby, just tell me where to get him at. And she was like, okay, so I know how to use your mind, baby. Thank you. You can't use my mind. You can't tell me what to do. And that's when she basically just said, like, you know what? Let me just get on out of here. Like, yeah, because you so used to controlling. Thank you. That's why I didn't want to talk to her. And then if she pay attention to herself, she'll realize, like, you forcing a conversation on him. Yeah, he don't want to talk to you, baby. That's why he's keeping his eyes on her. You see that? As soon as he came in the room, he was already acting strange already. See? That's why he don't talk to you. Got it? All right, you'll be okay, baby. I leave a lot of people alone. It ain't just women. It's just people that just operate just like that. And I'll be like, let me stay away from that right there. Yep, because they got a lot of things going on with themselves, baby. They do. They got a lot of things going on with themselves. They don't know how to interact with themselves. They don't know how to use their communication skills. And the only thing they know how to do, baby, is control. And so, with that being said, when you see those characteristics, then guess what? You back. And that's the best thing to do. Because the person doesn't understand themselves. They just understand, I just want to control you. Which means when you don't give control, that's when they walk away. Thank you. It's just when they walk away. That's just all that what it was. You got to get a lot of people. Boy. Anyways, I've been seeing that characteristic from afar. I told you as soon as I knew she was a little bit strange because the minute I'm trying to tell you, I know the difference between souls and I know the difference between witches. Okay, I know the difference. If I come around you, right? Let's just say, like just a second ago, right? Let's just say, I'm minding my own. I'm not even attention at all. Not even. It's, yeah, I'm not a type of dude that like. For me, depending on how the situation is, I keep my distance from people. I do. I'm like the sun, so I love my distance. I really do. So right, she walked her first. The door closed. Then I walked through the door second. She went ahead of me. And then she just stopped, right? And then turned around and looked at me. And I'm like, there it go right there. Like, what you mean? There it go right there. Oh, I'm telling you, I be already knowing already. That's why I didn't want to interact with her. And she's probably thinking in her head, like, oh, he just don't want to interact with me. Like, no, it ain't that. It's how you operate. He can see how you operate before he can read energy. His mind is way more than what you think it is. He can see shit before it go into play. Okay? So don't look at him. You got to look at yourself as a woman. You got to see what type of characteristics that are pushing you away from yourself in order for him to push you away. Thank you. Okay? It is not appropriate that we're both walking in the same building, right? You sit there, you stop your whole body, you turn around and look at me, but you never say anything, which I'm not expecting you to. But anyone going to say, based on moving like that, that's a bit strange. Then you never ask for his name, but you're telling him how to do things. You're telling him what's in his hand, what's in the cart. And I'm looking at her like she's basically trying to confuse you right now. Yeah, because if she was trying to connect with you, right, she would just simply ask you, like, what type of sheets you looking for? Like, I'm looking for the queen sheets. And what she would simply say is, okay, he just gave me an order. Let me go ahead and go ahead and get it. Let me show you how I know it's a witch. Pay attention. In the conversation, she was asking me a question, right? Which means that when you ask me a question, right, I have to accept your input of your question and now give you an answer. I declined it by telling her, hey, just show me where the queen sheets are at. The lady showed me, the Hispanic lady, she was like, oh, no, I ain't got time for that. This and third. Like, and what it is that she doesn't have time for is that I gave you a command and you disobeyed with yourself. Thank you. Oh, baby. We got a lot of things going here, ain't it? Uh-huh. This is why I tell women in today's world, if you're an American woman, if you specifically from a blue state, please don't interact with me, baby. Yeah, please don't do that with yourself. The technology of the minds have not been fully upgraded in order to actually operate with me, baby. That's the problem. The problem is not me. The problem is that I don't obey the system that the men follow. Got it? And so being that I don't follow that system, when you come up to me, you think you can question me and stuff like that. And you can't question me because you know why? I don't answer to your questions. Damn. That's just how the game is. Oh, shoot. We might have to go back downstairs. Yeah, we might have to go back downstairs real quick. For real. Because I need a queen. I need a queen. This going to be a queen right here. Hey, it should have gave me some queen sheets. Right. I'm about to bounce up out this thing in a minute. I'm about to go back down there and see if they got queen sheets. And if they don't, then I'm about to back up out of here. Yeah. And for us ones, I want to say this. That way people actually understand. When you meet individuals that are very highly intelligent like myself, we don't have women problems. We definitely don't. We don't. What we do is we analyze things at a higher rate. And we are very picky of what we want. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay. So don't get me wrong. I love the girls all the time. It's just I'm always the ones that's looking for the ones that operate with Mother Nature. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's why when people look at me, they see me operating with women, they like, bro, you can't operate with women. What's wrong? Oh, think about it. Look at the mind frames. I ain't complaining, baby. Just hear me out. My mind frame consists of naturality. You never heard of that before, right? I know. That means consciously from somewhere else. Her mind consists of fake reality. It consists of artificial ingredients, modified starches, everything that's fake. So, of course, we can't because if my mind is aligned with being real, right? Let me get that. If my mind, hold on, is aligned with what's being real, and her mind is aligned with what's being false, then of course the connection will never be met. And I ain't mad about that, baby. That just let me know, baby, we gotta go search somewhere else. Yeah, heck shit. Oh, all right. Because everything always works. Hell yeah. Everything always works. I gotta go check up on my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. We can go out to eat. No, I'm talking about my baby from Florida. Yep. I can't do that here. It wouldn't be appropriate here. It wouldn't be appropriate here. No. The reason why it is because I'm trying to tell you something. Everything is to control. So if I don't operate in controlment, then it doesn't work out. You got it? All right. That's why I just come here, I get my money, and I leave out of here. I don't date nothing that's here or anything like that. I never do that. Not in the state of New York. Dating? Woo. That's a king too. Where is the queens? Okay. Yeah, because she was sitting there looking in the corner like a witch is. Like, yeah, I'm waiting on you. Like, you ain't gonna get me. Bye. Mm-hmm. I gotta get on my plane very soon. Now, what you didn't understand that I just did to her is I wanted the witch not to be attracted to me more. So I lied to her whole face. Thank you. I just painted a whole lie, and guess what she just did? She walked right on out of the door. Setups. You think I'm psychological, baby? Baby, I'm psychological too. I just denied you in real time. Hmm. And denying you don't make me feel good. No, that's not what I'm looking for because I'm not like that. Right. The reason why I deny her is because she's not herself. She's in a controlling mindset. So, with that being said, she just realized that's what I do to all girls. I just whisper about, say something like, yeah, I got a girl in Florida, this is that and the third. Right. And as soon as she knows, okay, you got a girl in Florida, just back off. I don't see no queens in here, nah. Yeah. That's how you know a motherfucker get girls. You telling me no way you just did that. I told you that. I am very picky. Especially when it comes to girls. I am very picky. All girls know that like yeah, he picky as a motherfucker. No way. He is very picky. Girl, you sneeze the wrong way, he gonna get right away from you. Like, come on now. I'm trying to tell you. He different. He is definitely different. This motherfucker, you cannot control this motherfucker. Like, yo. Okay, these are all kings. So I'm gonna leave this here, right? And I may not have to better change that sheet because I don't see no queens right now. So if you don't have no queens, what you want me to do? Just leave it? Cause I'm looking, and I prefer to change them all out real quick. You know, and I just need like a fitted one. I already got the other sheets.
You need a queen fitted?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. All right. Now the other lady, right? Don't get me wrong. She ain't trying to push up on her booty. She just more like, brother, I just need you to get these rooms knocked out. That's about it. Okay. I'm gonna say this. A lot of females don't understand that you actually, based on what they actually make their new opportunities get away from them. They do. You're like, bruh, you're telling me that's what you do to females. I just did it in front of you. Yeah, that's what I do. When I don't want to be a social, listen, bro, I love pussy, bro. I love pussy. I do. But, bro, I'm not willing to fight for it, bro. I'm just not. I'm too mature for it, bro. I just am. Don't get me wrong. I love getting pussy and money. That shit. That's, man. You know what I'm talking about? I know you love the same thing I love, too. There's many things that we love in this world. Don't get me wrong. but I'm not willing to like argue about it, fight about it. Once I see that she has a characteristic of a male, I'm out. I just watch. I will watch a woman, and when I watch her, I get to know about her without even going to her conscious, asking her for anything. I'm just watching. As soon as she wanted it, she knows she like, I want you, and I'm like, you can't have me. Your mind is in control, man. Yeah, it's not going to work out because I'm going to get you locked up. And instead of me getting you locked up, I prefer just to walk away from you. You understand? I'm that mature. I will get you locked up. I'm not. If you put like a woman, you put your hands on me. I'm not trained like how men is. You know how men is be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just sit there and let you hit me, girl. I'm gonna record everything, and then at that, I'm gonna report it to the cops so you can get locked up. Thank you. So, with that being said, it's just that I operate at a certain beat. You know what I'm saying? When I operate at a certain beat, or whatever the case may be, that's just that. I ain't looking for nothing else besides what I'm looking for. Calm, peace. You got it. Don't get me wrong. We get rowdy from time to time. I don't mind being rowdy from time to time, but being rowdy on each other, I don't have time for that. Grow the fuck up. And what it is a lot of people that are around me, I'm starting to understand consciously, a lot of people have undeveloped minds. Yes, they're underdeveloped. They don't have the right information and data right within them in order for the mind to develop. So this is why when I see individuals in controlment all the time, I be like they have an undeveloped mind. Like thinking, because anyone can see like if you are thinking in your head that you see this individual and the first thing you want to do is control them, yeah, that means that you're possessed. You gotta be possessed by something. Okay, this is a king. God damn. Yeah, this is a king. My bad, bro. My bad. Okay, my bad. Damn. I gotta go all the way back down there. God damn. Shit. Come on. So, with that being said, I look for what I want, and that's just that. I'm just not into none of that other shit. 90% of women, just being honest, they be in that type of little setting, and I always bypass them every time. And they be sitting there looking at me like, what's up? Nothing, baby. You can't see yourself. Okay. I'm not about to tell you anything. Stay there. Have a nice one. And they be knowing. It's just like this other girl. She was 21. She knew she like, you can give me that experience like I can, but I'm not going to give it to you. The technology here looks. Thank you. Damn. Have a nice one. No way. I'm just paying attention. One second. Let me see. Is this both? Okay. Let me see. Okay, hold on. This might be a king right here, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. I think this might be a king right here. Hold on, though. Let me make sure. And then I gotta move my ass for real. Let me see something. Hold on, this gotta be a king. This over here. This probably is one. I'm just gonna put this back here. There we go. Hold on. All right. We got everything. We good. But yeah, that shit was funny as hell. Like, no way. Like, yeah. New York, I'm gonna say New York girls. I'm gonna say New York City girls. I can't talk about New York City girls. Western New York girls, I'm gonna say this. One thing I respect about New York City girls is this. I know there's one thing I respect about them. I'm gonna show you. You know how they say New York City girls is aggressive? I don't look at it as that. One thing I respect about a New York City chick is this. When she sees something she wants, New York City chick, right? When she's something she's gonna go for it. Oh no, she's definitely gonna let you know, like, and she's gonna let you know in a way where you understand, like, oh yeah, she trying to play with you. Oh yeah, that's one thing I respect about New York City chicks as a whole. When they see what they want, they definitely make an opportunity, or make something where their minds can connect with each other. Yeah, I like that. Some guys say that they look at it as aggression. I'm like, that's not aggressive. Hell no, she going for what she want, and I like a woman that's like that. You damn right. She's not gonna beat around the bush. She's just telling you, like, I want you. What's up? I want to play with you. I respect the woman that's like that. I don't respect women that is, let me beat around the bush right here. Let me play ring around the roses with you. Like, your mind still must be calibrated within high school. Have a nice day, baby. Her mind could be recalibrated in high school, and I'm gonna show you the tactics. Whenever I see a woman that use a tactic like this, it lets me know something about your character and the reason why you're not attracting what you want. Pay attention to the setups. I had a woman one time before, right? And there's a tactic that they use. It's called programming. I'm gonna show you how they program it. Okay? They use the technology of your eye because the technology of your eye is connected to the technology of your mind. What happens is she puts her body in front of you. Right. When she puts her body in front of you, it's like hypnotizing you in order to get you in order to do something. Thank you. Whenever I see a woman do that, I understand with herself, she's not, how can I say this in simple terms? She's not really operating with herself. She's operating with a third dimensional self. The reason why I say that is because if I see that same characteristic play in the next woman, and then I see the same characteristic playing the next woman, and then the next woman, the next woman, then those are all third dimensional characteristics. Those are not self characteristics. Thank you. Self, right? Whenever it wants to introduce itself to someone, it's going to do it in a unique way where you're going to remember. You're going to be sitting there like, yo, they did that joint so unique. How they, introduce themselves. I really remember them. Thank you. So what you have to understand is that when it comes to women, women know the psychology of your mind to a certain degree. They understand how programming works. If I put myself in front of you, it will bring your mind, your body to me. Thank you. Whenever I see a woman operating like that, right, what I do is I do the total opposite. I don't give her what she wants. No. You cannot move. The moon cannot move the sun. Setups. Understand the chemistry within you. There you go. He's right. He's telling you the truth, though. The moon does not move the sun. So when the moon changes its course or its rotation or how it's orbiting, it doesn't mean that I had to change my course, right, or how I'm orbiting. Thank you. That's what you have to understand. Okay? The moon will give you an illusion. And if you follow the illusion, you will follow the setup within the illusion. Setups. Understand? It's just like females would say, I'm waiting for the guy to make the first move. I'm not going to make the first move. Keep on waiting. Keep on waiting. Keep on waiting. And then guess what? You keep on waiting, and she's waiting for it to play her the way she wanted to play out. Guess what happens? She just missed the whole play. Setups. Because anyone understand, if you're trying to make something play a certain type of way that you want it to play out, then it means you're using controlment. And what's going to happen is the other mind that's a higher mind than you that you think is a lesser mind, it's going to see it. Okay? You don't have to use the environment to make a connection. You can literally use the technology of yourself, right, that has ambition, motivation. If you have ambition and motivation, right, to change your hairstyles, change your clothes and all that, and buy everything and approach everything else in life, and you can approach the next being of what you want, it lets me know the technology of the mind is still calibrated within high school. There is no characteristic of telling a woman she is not allowed to do what? Approachment. That is a lie. That is a lie. Okay? Every culture is not American girl culture. Every culture is not American girl culture. So what I'm saying to you is that when I go to other countries or whatever the case may be, Right. I don't experience the American girl experience. I don't experience none of that stuff. I don't experience just me approaching women. It's just me approaching women. That means I got to follow them. No, the technology of the sun do not follow the technology of the moon setups. So that let me know off top, I'm not supposed to approach you in reality. Damn, I'm not supposed to. It don't get nowhere. Where does it get you to? Where does it get you to? Ha ha, got you again. Ah, I'm not giving you what you want. Thank you. That's all that's going to play. High school shit. Understand? This is the reason why I don't do approachment. This is why I say with self, if it's going to naturally play, it's just going to naturally play out. You know how you build a relationship and you like, yo, the relationship was so natural, bro. I'm talking about it was outside of this world. That's what I want to experience, bro, right there. Got it? Okay? So, with that being said, or whatever the case may be very careful of how you approach people. Pay attention to what they're doing, and you will understand the play that is in front of you. Thank you. Everybody's trying to pull somebody's conscious into their direction in order for them to use it. Do you understand? All right, now. I don't approach the girl. I just approach who? Myself. And myself will send me the girl, but that don't mean that I have to approach her, though. Yeah, we don't do that no more. Nope, hell no. Approach what? If they know who you is, then they know to approach you. Simple setups. You are the savior of yourself. Then that means you're the savior of your own memories. Simple setups. And if they want to be saved in your memories, then they got to approach the memory system right here. That's what they got to do. If they don't want to do that, that's upon them. Got it? All right. Moving along here. What, bruh? I'm trying to figure out if this is king. Right, because I keep getting the right sheets, and then I go to put them on the bed, and then they don't fit. Like, what the hell going on here? Like, they don't fit. I wish they would have gave me the other whatchamacallits. That way I can just bounce out this thing. For real, because I'm ready to go. Well, not home, but I'm ready to go to the next room. Mhm. I know they're going to be like, yeah. You just on the second? Yeah, I'm on it. Just on the second room. I'm taking it easy, okay? I'm taking it easy, right? Okay, that is over there. I just need a sheet. That's it. That's all I need, real quick. Get the sheet, and we're pretty much set, or whatever the case may be. Got it. Got it. So that's just that.